Hey guys, I just recently talked with my family in Ukraine where war has started. Every day they wake up from the explosions of the military rockets that flew in from the Russia. With every new day, the war brings more victims. Today, March 4th, 2022. And I don't know when you will see this video. Is Ukraine free or Russia won? I don't know. But I know exactly that my three brothers, with their families, with my parents, they are hiding right now in shelters. And I'm so worried about them, about their lives, about this whole situation. Even more I shocked because I love Russian people. My blood is partly Russian. At the same time, I'm Ukrainian. My wife, she was born in Russia and she's been living in Russia for 12 years. My grandfather, he's Russian. And when I was a child, almost every summer I spent with my cousins in their beautiful village in Russia. Such great memories. My first language is Russian. I fluently speak Ukrainian also because I was born in Ukraine, in Kyiv. First time I met my future wife in Crimea that currently occupied by Russia. And now it's been 16 years that we are happily married and raising three beautiful kids together. And this situation with the war so close to my heart. Even I'm 1,000 miles away and I'm living through this. That if this happening right here and right now. Why it's happening? Why Russians are killing Ukrainian? Why brothers kill each other? Why did this happen? You know, someone said, repeat the lie often enough and it becomes the truth. The public opinion in Russia formed by Russian TV and massive propaganda. There is no any opposition inside Russia. For a lot of Russians, Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, is the strong guy who building powerful country. He is a hero for them. Everything dictated by one person. He's more than 20 years in power. He controlled everything. He changed constitution that he can be president more than 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, etc. And after he is completely retired, he will pass his power to his son as the king of Russia. But unfortunately, or fortunately, he doesn't have any son. He has 2 daughters, the same age as mine, 35 and 36 years old. Putin is pretty old. He's 69. But anyway, he's younger than Biden or Trump. That means he will be president next 10 or 15 years. That's why next 10 or 15 years will be so hard for the whole world if we don't do something. He controls everything. He's a military guy who wants revenge for breaking Soviet Union. I know this because I clearly understand everything has been saying inside the Russia. Today I was in the pool with my 3-year-old son. We spoke in Russian because he doesn't understand English much, and near us were American native speakers. They asked me what language we speak and I told Russian, and they got really scared. Of course, later I explained everything, but I feel sorry for all Russians because language is just a language. But they give a chance to dictator controlling them. At the same time, I'm proud that I'm Ukrainian because the small Ukraine fights with a powerful Russia as 300 Spartans. They fight for independence. For more than 20 years, Putin made a strong opinion inside the Russia that US and Europe are evil. On Russian television always shows how bad life in Europe and USA. You will be shocked how they manipulate information about the life in US. They don't show how US cares about their fellow citizens and other people. Instead, they show a lot of homeless people that are begging in the cities of US. They show the crime, the big gay parades. They say that American smiles are fake. And Americans work so much hard. They have so much debts from the banks. They are paying so much. Sometimes they are not able to pay off debt for whole life. Russian propaganda shows all the bad stuff that's happening during manifestation, some demonstrations. They show broken windows, murders. They show everything but not the good stuff. Only the bad stuff that's happening. Burning vehicles, injured people. I know that democracy is imperfect, but I'm proud to live in US, to build my life here. And I know this is one of the best countries that your rights matter. And the smiles is not fake. I got so many support when I moved to US. I have beautiful American friends. I can enjoy my life here. In US, your freedom matters. You can choose to be Democratic or Republicans. You can choose to be against abortions or no. You can choose where you want to live, in California or Texas or Kentucky. You can choose what to watch, CNN or Fox. You can choose what to believe. We are different. At the same time, we are all for freedom. If the war happening in US, I bet every Americans will be fight for their freedom. We have an army soldiers and we pay them so that we don't risk our lives. And we often forget that we have a beautiful life and peaceful sky above our heads. We have so many blessings in our lives. And the biggest blessing of all is freedom. That's what Russia is lost. And that's what brave Ukraine is fighting for right now. I'm proud of US. And I'm so happy to build my life here. And I'm so shocked how Vladimir Putin made the strong aggression inside the Russia to the US, to the Europe and Ukraine as a part of democracy world, as part of the Europe. Of course, inside the Russia, some people don't trust Putin. It's a small amount of people, maybe 20-30%, but they are so afraid to do something, to make any changes, because inside the country there is punitive system that made Putin to prevent any manifestation, any opposition. Right now, if you go to the street with a poster "No War," you will get to the police and you will get admin ticket and warning. The next time you will get in the prison for a couple years. Also, right now in Russia, they made the law that give you 15 years for prison for the false information. But of course, court will decide is it false or no, but in the Russia, courts controlling by government. The young people doesn't know how to live without Putin because they were born when Putin was president. They went to high school and right now he will send a lot of young people to fight for Russia, and they didn't know that they are going to Ukraine to fight because he told it's gonna be just training. We are not going in Ukraine, and this is a big lie. Not the first time, not the last time from the Vladimir Putin. He made a strong opinion inside Russia that Ukrainians are Nazis, but the truth that president of Ukraine is Jewish. He was born in the east of Ukraine. His first language is Russian. Nazis, of course, is inside every country. In US, in Russia, in Germany, in Ukraine also, small percentage of Nazis. The part of Nazis didn't go in the parliament because they got just 1.5% and they didn't pass inside the parliament of Ukraine. Putin made a strong opinion for Russians that if you speak Ukrainian language, if you love Ukraine, that means you are a bad person. You are Nazis. He supported the war in the east of Ukraine. Putin convinced Russians that he defends interests of Russians. He doesn't name this war. He told it's just special operation inside Ukraine. But it's totally war because regular army of Ukraine fights with the regular army of Russia. That's the war. More than 50% Russians support the war. Unfortunately, I have relatives in Russia, I have friends in Russia, and I'm so sorry and I'm so worried about all Russians because they don't understand the truth. They think all the world is wrong. Russia's invasion in Ukraine, it's something that world has not seen for 75 years. It's invasion to the Europe, to the democracy world, against the unity of Europe, against human rights, against the fact that Europe country refused to divide their borders by force. The cities of Ukraine under attack, under rocket bombing for 8 days already. Airstrikes, the similar as it was in the World War II. Europe has already seen this a time ago. Never again. But it's again. And now, what is the next? Fear, Cold War. Now, the war inside Ukraine. But after that, the soldiers of Russians could be on the borders of Polish, Romania, Slovakia, and it's gonna be more dangerous to whole Europe, to whole democracy world. Most of the Russians simply uploading to the Putin, or they just simply afraid to talk something, afraid to speak about war, about this, and they stay silent. War should be stopped. It's not just the war for independence of Ukraine. This is war for values, for opportunity to choose, to have their rights. That's the problem for the whole world, and it's gonna be escalating even more. If Putin wins today or tomorrow, all Europe will be in more dangerous situation. There is no space in my memory card and I just decided to finish this video with my iPhone. The problem in the World War II was that a lot of countries were silent, and with every victory, dictators were more aggressive, more strong. And if we are going to be silent, it's going to be more problem for whole world. Please share this video, and I hope the world will find solution. And I wish everyone to have the peaceful sky above their heads. Be safe. Pray for Ukraine. I love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.